Good day everybody and welcome to Game Over. I'm Andy Collins. Now I'd like to say that this show would be informative, intelligent and very good. But I'd be lying, because it's Game Over and you know what Game Over is all about. Let's check out the menu.
Coming up tonight, Moto Racer 2 reviewed. Professor History gets a bit tasty. Matt looks behind the scenes of Toka 2. And those girls brighten up our days with informative tips.
So that's what's on today's show, and let's face it, at least we've got girls in bikinis. You don't get that on Blue Peter. Anyway, over to two men who are very good with a fairy liquid bottle and double-sided sticky tape. Yep, it's the game's assassins.
Apparently the Israeli Air Force has many planes. Oh yes, and they're all here. Aren't you lucky? You get to fly around a bit, chase a small pixel way in the distance, and eventually shoot a missile or something. Action-packed stuff, yes sirree.
I think there's something in the water at EA. They're doing very strange things lately. Test Drive 5, they've made a whole new track out of Newcastle. And Test Drive Off-Road, they've had a section on Wales. And now they bring out a flight sim with Israeli Air Force planes. What the hell is that all about?
Israeli Air Force, now what can I say? It's a flight simulator. It's another one in the Janes series of games based on the Janes books. You accurately fly a jet plane. That means that you're flying around and you're flying at very high speeds. And what that essentially means is dogfighting is minimal. You know, if you are pursuing an enemy and you're chasing them down, they are a dot. You will never see them. And it's all about accurate use of homing missiles and things like that.
It's a flight sim. What else is there to say? You know, it's going to be very realistic. If you know your rear flaps from your whatevers and you know the takeoff and the correct angle of descent and stuff, then you know you're going to love this game.
And fans of the genre will love it. No doubt it's a very good one. But unfortunately, anybody who's not really that interested, just don't bother.
Now here on Game Over, we're a very tight and professional team. But like all teams, we have our weak link, and it's time to meet him. Yes, it's time for the old codger himself, Professor History. And don't you threaten me, pal.
I say, History, you'll never guess what that horrible little man Collins said about you this time. Firstly, he said you were the weak link in the whole operation, which is a bit rich coming from that spotty little Herbert. Secondly, and I quote, he said, "And don't you go threatening me, pal."
Threatening him? Threatening him? I'll threaten him. You listen to me, Collins. Firstly, you take the mick out of the way I dress. Secondly, you question my state of mind. Thirdly, most important, 2 weeks ago I think you tried to poison me. I've no proof. I'll find it. A weak link, you say? A weak link? I'll give you a weak link. I'm cross. I'm very cross. In fact, you could say I'm metro cross. Never one to dismiss the thought of young men running for their lives. Metro cross was an odd inclusion world of arcade tomfoolery. For starters, there was no shooting, no kicking, and certainly no gobbling involved. Very dull. Instead, the young hero had to run, and run again in order to complete each level. Obstacles were distributed in his way throughout this horizontally scrolling mayhem, and if encountered, they would slow the blighter down. And unless he managed to reach the set goal in time, he'd get rather a nasty shock. More of a shock to him, though, would be to see me behind him with weapon in hand, standing to attention. Collins, you seem to forget. I fought in 2 world wars. I've seen men killed. I've seen carnage. You would just end up being another notch on my pipe. Rather a pleasurable notch, but a notch all the same. So, mind how you go.
What is it with you, you silly old codger? You give it loads of that. Let's have some action. I'll see you outside the bingo hall in 15 minutes. Don't forget your Zimmer frame, you silly old codger. Right, I'm up now. I'm rattled. I want to fight. Come on. Let's check out the feature. Come on then, son.
I like a man in uniform. Especially a metal one. Robocop.
RoboCop. This is what the world needs. Big tin whippersnappers with rotating parts. Arcade games based on films are normally terrible. This was an exception. Filled with the sounds and sights of the hit movie, it drew gamers to arcade cabinets like moths to jelly. Mind you, it was fiendishly hard, and completing each level felt as much as a challenge as reaching puberty or your first caning. No level cheats in those days. This was the era of real gaming, and bless those tin parts. Good Lord! So I said to my young lodger, I said, you have 20 seconds to comply. And the bally idiot phoned the police. What the hell do you find so funny about that? Now it's time for the feature, and you're excused from the Ginger Whinger, but it's worse. You've got Toby McCartney. So everyone, Rolf Nick. Now, I don't like to make people cry, Mo, but I'm a television presenter, not a naffing boxer, okay? And a black eye in Chelsea's not too cool. And those
Only with Summerfield's Price Check. Buy one, get one free on a 12-pack of